Live from the It's Weather Lab. Your forecast starts right now. All right, everybody. Good morning. It is 1:26 local time, 12:26 Central. Going to do your uh, weather briefing this morning. I'm going to switch on KMOB. First things first, we're going to take a look at the radar for the Gulf Coast, and all you see, we have nothing on the radar, but we do have flood warnings for the Alabama River and the Tombigbee River. This is for the Alabama River up near Fort Claiborne. Alabama River near Claiborne Dam affecting Clark, Wilcox, and Monroe counties. This is up around US 84 that runs right over the Alabama River at Fort Claiborne. This is for the Alabama River, including Miller's Ferry Dam, Claiborne Dam, and minor flooding is forecast. If not, it's ongoing right now. Where at, of course, is the Alabama River near Claiborne Dam. Wind is going to be Sunday morning to tomorrow evening. So that is today. That is good for this evening. Okay. So tonight the river is supposed to fall below flood stage tonight. So this is from yesterday at 8:45 Saturday. The flood stage was 41.8 feet. The river is expected to rise to a crest of 42 feet this morning, and then it'll fall below flood stage early this evening. Flood stage is 42 feet. This flood warning is for the Tombigbee from the Delta, from the Delta to about 23 miles southwest of Demopolis. And that's all I see on radar. I see we do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. We will get into that here in just a bit. You got another flood warning for the Mississippi River from Greenville all the way down towards New Roads. And let's go check out the Richmond Metro. The Richmond Metro is all clear. We did have a little bit of weather yesterday. I'm going to turn on AKQ. The AKQ is out of Wakefield, Virginia. That covers the Richmond Metro. As I look at AKQ, there's nothing on the radar. Let's go ahead and take a look at these severe thunderstorm warnings. They are right here in Oklahoma. Let's turn on the radar display here. And we're going to use VNX, KVNX. This storm looks like it's being warned on wind and hail. I see a hail core right here. And the official text. This warning is for downwind, 1-inch hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. So let's go ahead and look at the text here. Get a movement, and I'll put a storm track on you for you. So this severe thunderstorm warning is for south central Kay County in northern Oklahoma and northeastern Noble County in northern Oklahoma until 12:45 current daylight central daylight time. You got about 15 minutes with this. At 12:20 a.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 4 miles north of Marlin, moving east at 50. All right, so we're moving east at 50. So let's take it from the edge of the polygon to right there, and let's go east. That's a little northeast. So I'm gonna redraw that, and we're moving at 40. So let's redraw this storm here. All right, it'll be Masham about 20 minutes, Doga in about 24 minutes. Doga in about 23 minutes, Ralston in 28 minutes, Fairfax in 31 minutes, Grey Horse in 35 minutes, Stoham in 44 minutes, Winona in 62 minutes, Pershing in 67 minutes, Nalogany in 69 minutes. So let's take a look at this on RadarScope. This will be Wexo 2. And let's go over here to our storm in Oklahoma. We're just waiting on RadarScope to catch up. There it goes. All right. Hornamy at 2:25 in the morning. Ralston at 1:55. And that's all I got for the timestamp. But yeah, there is a well-defined hail core. A well-defined hail core right there. So we're gonna keep that right there. We're gonna check out the wind in the storm. Not much of there is no rotation in it. I would say hardly any rotation. There's absolutely no rotation in that one, so you might get a little bit of 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, but I think this storm is basically warned on hail. So let's go back to the reflectivity. And they went ahead. The reason why they got two polygons here is they went ahead and did a polygon for downwind of this storm. So let's go ahead and get you a motion on this and see how it's moving east at 40. Even though it has a little south turn to it, so it's really going southeast. So that looks like south. South and it's going southeast. So let's go ahead. So that's the only two active warnings we got on the board right now, and that's out of the forecast area I forecast for. Now keep in mind, I'm not a meteorologist. I am just a big weather enthusiast. So I don't do this for. I just do this for my enjoyment. So let's go back to Wexo 1. Let's go back to Wexo 1, and I want to show y'all. And I'm going to show y'all on Wexo 1. So they just dropped. So they did add a special weather statement for this area. They just had a special weather statement for this area of storms. You might get penny-sized hail and wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour. reason why they went with a special weather statement right here. Reason why they did that polygon right there is because these are below severe limits, but they are strong. I'll give you some information on that. At 12:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar was tracking strong thunderstorms over Hunter, moving southeast at 40. Wind gusts up to 50 mile an hour and penny-sized hail. Locations impacted include Enid, Pond Creek, Garber, Billings, Kremlin, Breckenridge, Nash, Hunter, Fairmont, Hillside, Carrier, and North Eden. In Eden. So these storms are pretty much following this same kind of track, going like this. They're pretty much following that kind of track. All just tracking to the southeast at 40. So that's what's pretty much going on out here. This is out of Oklahoma. And I'll tell you how far away from Tulsa they are. They are about the severe thunderstorm is about 64.48 miles away from Tulsa, and about 96 miles away from Tulsa. Now that would be downtown Tulsa, where I put that dot at. So that's what the radar is looking like for over there in Oklahoma. These flash flood warnings, they're for up in Canada. So we're going to run the HRRR. Let's run the HRRR for KMOB. Let me turn on. This is the wind shear. So let's turn on composite reflectivity. All right. So this look is valid this morning at 1 o'clock. And you see there's nothing on the radar. This is the valid look for 2. And you got a little bit of rain popping up around Mobile County, around Grand Bay. So let's look at this little cell right here around Grand Bay. So that look is valid at 3 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock it goes out towards the bay, comes out towards Dauphin Island, Gulf Shores, and Orange Beach. That looks at 5 in the morning, 6 around Gulf Shores, and about by 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, it should be well off. That cell should be offshore. And that's the only cell that I see on radar so far. This valid is lunchtime. Actually, today. This is valid at lunchtime today. And you get one little shower right here over the Gulf. This look is at 6 p.m. You got showers or thunderstorms around Bay Minette, downtown Mobile, downtown Mobile. There's the University of South Alabama, Spring Hill. You got showers back out here in Jackson County, Mississippi, and Harrison County, Mississippi. Got some cloud cover up here around Greenville. That's about it, as much as I see for Mobile. So let's take off the HRRR. Now keep in mind that is for Mobile. That is for Mobile, Alabama. Let's go up here to Virginia. Let's look at Richmond. Okay. This look is at 2 o'clock in the morning for Richmond. There's nothing on the radar. This look is at 5. This is valid at 5 o'clock in the morning. And you still got nothing on the radar. Nothing pops up until about 5 o'clock. nothing really shows up until about 5 o'clock up around Fort Royal, Broadway, Luray, Mount Jackson. But the Richmond Metro is all quiet. Put it back on Wexo 1. Sorry about that. We'll put it back on Wexo 1. But there's nothing around the Richmond Metro. Let's go back to the severe thunderstorm warning. That's in Oklahoma. Let's turn on the radar. Single site. So let's look at this from Tulsa. You got some thunderstorms up around Ramona, Barnesdale, but these are well below severe limits. Let's look at it from VNX again, and still nothing has changed. You still got a pretty good hail core right here on the top sector of the storm. But other than that, let's go to let's take a look at the SPC outlook. Actually, let's go to your watch warning map. Let's go to the watch warning map. All right, so here's the watch warning map. I'm using the GIS viewer from the National Weather Service. The whole state of Minnesota has a air quality alert. Not really. There's an air quality alert for Houston, Dallas, and the whole state of Minnesota. Down here in the bottom area of Arizona, you got a flood watch. In Wyoming, you have a hydrologic outlook. I'm not going to spend much time on that. Up here in Montana, lake wind advisory, same thing that's going on around Seattle. You got a wind advisory. You got a heat advisory for the middle section of California. Nevada has a red flag warning. In the bottom part of Los Angeles, around not Los Angeles, but California, got an excessive heat warning. Of course, you got your flood warnings for the rivers that I mentioned right here in Alabama, and a small craft advisory going along the coast, up here on the east and the west. Got a small craft advisory and a gale warning, a storm warning. So that's all I see on the watch warning map. There's nothing on the there's no I don't think there's any reason to look at the storm reports. Actually, I do want to show you one storm report that happened with the severe weather risk back from Mobile. Mobile did have a tornado. So let's pop on the watch warning map, please, computer. I'm sorry, not the watch warning map, the storm reports. So this happened on 5/29 at 6:30 in the evening. This is 1 mile southwest of Magnolia Grove in Mobile County, Alabama. The National Weather Service Storm Survey reports a tornado at 9:03 a.m. Central Daylight Time, an EF0 tornado first touched down just west of Orchard Drive, north of Howells Ferry Road. It continued northeast to move across the Princeton Woods subdivision. After that, it moved across Moffett Road near University Avenue, and it came to an and came to an end. No damage was noted further east towards University Boulevard. There were numerous of large branches down with a few uprooted softwood trees along the path, and 2 homes had large branches on their roofs. So let's take Wexo 1. Computer, can we take Wexo 1, please? Give you a I don't think I can look back at that, but I'll show you where that happened. All right, so we're zoomed in on the street level here. There's University of South Alabama. There's University Boulevard. So it was somewheres in this general area. Somewheres in this general area. The airport sits right here. This is KMOB right here at the airport. So this came very close to MOB. But other than that, I do not see any severe weather for the Gulf Coast. Let's look at number 3. Let's look at number 3, please, computer. This is the SPC outlook that we're going to be looking at. So you got a slight risk for severe weather around the state of Oklahoma, and it goes into Kansas a little bit. I'll give you some cities in here. You have Fort Sill, Norman, Oklahoma City, Woodward, Tulsa, Wichita. Those are the most cities, the most bigger cities in that slight risk. And the marginal risk, you got Lubbock, Springfield, Missouri, Kansas City, Jefferson City, Missouri. And that's pretty much all I can see on this map. Some of the larger population cities in the risk area for the marginal will be Kansas City, Plano, Lincoln, Nebraska, Overland Park, Kansas, Springfield, Missouri. The larger cities in the slight risk will be Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Wichita, Kansas, Norman, Oklahoma, and Wichita Falls, Texas. Let's look at the tornado risk in there. There's a 2% tornado risk in that slight risk area. Wind has a 15 within that slight risk area and 5 within that marginal risk. And the same thing goes for hail, as long 15 for that slight risk and then 5% for the marginal. Day 2, number 2 day outlook. You got a slight risk. You got a slight risk for the southeastern part of Texas, and a good marginal risk surrounding that slight. Got another marginal risk around in New Mexico and Colorado. You have a marginal risk for Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming, basically where the 3 states meet. You have another marginal risk for down here in Florida, around Miami, Fort Myers area, down in the southern part of Florida, and another marginal risk around Tennessee and the top sliver of South Carolina, and a good bit of North Carolina. Look at the tornado on that. The only tornado risk is that slight area of 2% right there, pretty much the slight risk area. Wind in all the areas I mentioned of that marginal risk, you have a 5% wind chance. And a hatched area means a 10% or greater probability of 2-inch diameter hail within 25 miles of a point. That hatched area is for the slight risk area. And other than that, except the southern part of Florida, you have a 5% chance of hail in that marginal risk, with the exception of Florida. The day 3 outlook. You have a big slight chance risk for for sections of Minnesota, South Dakota, and Nebraska, and a little bit of Colorado. Some of the bigger cities in that slight risk will be Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Kearney, Nebraska, North Platte, Nebraska, Watertown, South Dakota, and Brookings, South Dakota. Billings is not in it. Marginal risk will be Omaha, Nebraska, Wichita, Kansas, Lincoln, Nebraska, Lubbock, Texas, and Amarillo. So your marginal risk stretches all the way down the Tornado Alley. The probabilistic would be a 15 in that slight risk, 15% chance in that slight risk, and a 5% chance in that marginal risk. Day 4 through 8. Day 4 has a good chance of probabilistic around Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, all in that little area of 15%. Day 5, probabilistic, day 5 through 8, the predictability is too low. So that's what I got for you right now. Let's go back to 1. Let's go back to number 1 and check on that severe thunderstorm warning one last time. Okay. So that severe thunderstorm warning, that little section of severe thunderstorm warning was expired. It's already off the board. This one is fixing to go off the board as well. This is fixing to go off the board as well because the storm's fixing to move out of the warned area. And it looks like it has weakened a little bit. These storms over here, they're still packing a punch. So this is going to be up for a little bit. I wouldn't put it past me that the Weather Service extends it, or they pull the trigger on a severe thunderstorm warning. But this polygon right here, the hail is at 0.88 inches, and the wind is at 60 miles an hour. That's what they're being warned on wind right now. You got 6 more minutes on the severe thunderstorm warning. I'm thinking the severe thunderstorm warning is going to be let go. I don't think the Weather Service is going to issue another one. So that will be done for the severe weather threat, or for this storm right here. I can't say that Oklahoma is done with the severe weather risk, because I'm not going to say that. I don't believe that. I think they got a little bit more coming today. But for the severe thunderstorm warning in that circle, I believe they're going to let it go. We can also check and see how high this storm is. What I do is I slice the storm in half, come down here and see how high it is. And you're topping out about 52 decibels. So that storm is pretty high up. It doesn't have a hail core on it, so it ain't trying to produce hail in that storm.